Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of Grenzenlos, your dance podcast. I'm here today with Stefaniya from Bulgaria. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody.
I'm so happy we finally made it because we kind of had some months now planned.
It took time, yeah.
It took time, and we both were kind of busy, but I'm really happy we're here today. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. I'm Stefaniya. I'm from Bulgaria, originally born in Varna, which is the beautiful seaside of Bulgaria, but I'm based in Sofia, our capital now. I'm a choreographer, performer, teacher. I'm teaching in the National Academy of Theatre and Film Arts, and also the big thing in my life actually is the Atom Theatre Company, which I founded maybe 13 years ago, 12, 13 years ago in 2011. And I run the company with my sister now. It's a contemporary dance company, and we have two girls also in the team. They're choreographers and dancers as well. It's all women team, all female team.
I love that. I love that.
Barbie team a bit.
You watched the movie already?
Yeah, I watched it and I could say, yeah, we are a Barbie team.
You like the movie?
Yeah, I enjoyed it actually a lot.
It's really fun because some friends of mine, they hated it and some loved it. So it's like there's
Yeah.
nothing in between. Either you hate it or you love it.
I think I loved it. I have
Yeah.
other expectations that it will
Oh,
be
me
very
too.
stupid, but I really enjoyed.
Yeah, me too. Like at the end, I thought because I watched it in Spanish, maybe that was like the problem. But at the end, I thought she was dying. But I think that was because my Spanish is not. Yeah, that was kind of fun. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell the people real quick how we met. Like how we met is the wrong way to say it, but because we didn't meet in person at all. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get the recommendation to talk to you from Rebecca. So shout out to the episode we had with Rebecca. It was about contemporary dance in Austria, and Rebecca did a like, could you say like a scholarship at your school?
Yeah.
Like was like an exchange
I could say internship.
internship?
She was an intern, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Rebecca gave us your contact and everything and told us it would be really, really interesting to have a talk with you because yeah, you're the founder of everything where she worked. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know how I mean it. Exactly. So today is gonna be about contemporary dance, right? So
Yeah.
you're a contemporary dancer. Do you want to like do you want to tell us a little bit about your journey of becoming a contemporary dancer? Like what you did, what kind of do you have like an education or whatever? Because you didn't just wake up and have had all of the schools and whatever, you know. So
Yeah. Uh, it's a really a long and interesting journey to me because it started with I haven't done a dance school. I could say I'm more choreographer and creator and also like booster for creativity of the dancers and the choreographers. This is my passion, and I realized, especially this year, on one of our big international platform for choreographers called Atom Choreographic Series, I realized that this is something that I actually can do. It's and I have to use it to make the people be more creative, more free in dance and in their creations. I started with painting. I'm an artist. I have art education, like how it's called изящни изкуства, fine arts. Yeah, I graduate high school in fine arts, and after that I graduated puppetry in our National Academy of Theatre and Film Arts. So I'm a puppet actress in my BA, and then but all that time the movement was my sparkle, something inside my core, in my body. I paint with movement. I just before that study martial arts, so I really enjoy this physical and brain connection, like this somatic feeling in my body. And while I was studying puppetry, the very specific thing there is that you have like at least 2, 3, usually 4 people who have to move together in a really collective body to make an object alive. So that was very interesting to me, not to be in front and watching how the puppet is moving and getting alive, but being behind and watching how my colleagues and also experience how we connect to each other in movement to make one, let's say, dead object to become alive. That was really interesting and inspiring to me. So during my education, I was very interested in the movement classes, and my teacher in movement supported me a lot, and also my tutor, my professor, she saw that movement is something that I'm curious, so she helped me to continue building puppets, but using movement a lot in my work. So after I graduate with my colleagues, 2 of my colleagues, we were like, we don't want to go to work in a state theater because the conditions are really bad, and we feel really free. We have a lot of ideas, and we don't want to just go in a state theater and do all the plays and perform them, but doesn't really feel connected to them, just to work. So we decided that we have to establish our own company and do whatever we like to do. We started Atom Theater Company, and for a couple of years we were together, but the boys just quit the company, and the only person that was really interested in movement and contemporary dance was me. So Atom Theater actually focused more in contemporary dance. And that was the time that my sister graduated in ballet dance. So we connected a lot with her. She came to Sofia and we started to work together for almost maybe 9 years already. Wow. We work together a lot. Yeah, we are like partners.
Kind of a family of dancers, kind of.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And we administrate our company because we like lack a capacity of people to work here and lack of financial support. So we have to do everything in order to survive and in order to do whatever we like freely. We always have the choice to go in state theater and work there, but we still feel that we have voice, and we want to support dancers and choreographers here in Bulgaria to grow and be more brave to find a way to do whatever they like in dance. So for 10 years almost with my sister, we worked together, and last 2-3 years we find Dorina and Eli. They are dancers in Bulgaria, who like we have like same vision, so we connect to each other and continue developing the vision of Atom and Atom choreographic series. And yeah, we are like company which is always open, very flexible, and always welcoming people. And that's how we met Rebecca, because she approached us and she wrote us, I didn't really hear about Bulgaria, but I'm really interested, and I saw your work and I'm so passionate to come. And we were like, okay, maybe you can come for 6 months just to try out, because probably you are not going to like it. But when she came, it was like explosion. We started to work together. She created a piece here, gave classes. She performed in my piece, and we wanted to continue our work together. So she stayed more and more, and she still come back. And yeah, so this is like how we work, just go with the flow, very open, and looking for opportunities to um, do our dance.
Okay, I need to ask now. Why did you think she wouldn't like it? Like, why? Why did you think she wouldn't stay?
Because I really love my country, but in a way I know that we have a lot of problems, like ah it's
Okay.
we are European country, but honestly, we're still not. Is my feeling. Also, the contemporary dance is really, really small and small community here, and you have to really work hard in order to get the audience to enjoy and see your work. This is like our really mission and goal to um, introduce the contemporary dance to people here as something nice, because more of the people see it as something really weird, and this is like I would rather make jokes with that than to try to understand it. So we have to work a lot in that. And I thought that she coming from a world that is full of contemporary dance here in a really small place, that
Like
okay.
Austria, I don't know. Like Austria, we also don't have the biggest dance scene, you know. Like
So
it's
we can say that we live in assumptions
like I
all
think
the time.
it's different. Probably it's like a different situation, but like in my opinion, like Austria, we do have a dance scene, but you can't compare it to Poland or Germany. It's like we have something, but it's not that international. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like
I
we're like a small group and we're here, but it's not like international. And I think it gets better. But I don't know, do you have like a lot of international people who come to Bulgaria to train with you, or is it like was it an
no.
exception for Rebecca to come to your place?
For Rebecca was an exception, and for us also was an exception, because that was the year just after COVID, and our government gave a lot of money, not a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
more money for the artistic organizations, so we could afford to rent a studio that we can rehearse
Mm-hmm.
from morning till night. The studio, we don't have it anymore, but that particular year that she contacted us, we had the studio, and we trained from the morning till the night, till the afternoon, so I could actually offer her a space where to work. Now we don't have this studio and this funding anymore, but we have an amazing collaboration. It's always growing and evolving. It's so strange. You don't know what to expect. In one moment we didn't have a space, and now we have a space in a really business place. It's called Business Park. Business Park here in Bulgaria decided to connect with the arts, so they gave studios to some artists to work there and just give a product, just give something to the audience there. So now everything transformed, and we moved in another studio, so we still are able to work internationally. But yeah, this was like happening. And yeah, probably in Austria also, I don't know what's the scene exactly, but I
Need to
was
come visit.
surprised that it would be great to come. Yeah, I was surprised that she rather chose to come to Bulgaria than to go in a country which is like the contemporary dance is more developed. That was my thought back then. But of course, she said I had a really great recommendation for Sofia, and also it's great to see a small community and be part of it and be part of developing the dance. And she is really part of it. Actually, she made a lot of friends, a lot of colleagues, a lot of things here. So she's like, I think, second home here.
I love that. I think she phrased it like that as well, because when we had the interview with her, you probably did not hear the interview because it was in German, right? So
No, yeah,
yeah.
but we feel the same, and it's
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah. No, she was like, I think she phrased it like it's great to have like two places where you feel so connected to dance and to have like two places where you can work, where you can like get all of your creativity out. And yeah, I think she phrased it like the same way. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Generally, like I think I got it wrong in the beginning again. Can we take like a moment just to explain for the people, because we already had the talk, like I have like a better insight maybe, but like Atom
Yeah.
Theater, it's not a dance school. It's a company, it's a theater.
Yeah.
Like how does it work? Do you work on projects? Do you work on, I don't know, do you have auditions? Like how's your team build up? How do you guys work?
Uh yeah, Atom Theater is we call it a dance company.
Mm-hmm.
Um because we really feel like that. We really like to be like the companies here, the state theaters that we have place and that etc. But it's like we have this association called Atom Theater Association, so we are able to apply for projects for
Mm-hmm.
financial support from European Union and also in Bulgaria. And these associations, we are three girls in this association, um, and we each year annually apply for funding. We don't have a long-term funding here in Bulgaria, so we have to apply each season, almost each season. Um, and also we have a space now in Business Park, which are our partners, and we work together with them to create dance classes and to teach contemporary dance
So
and
you have
different
classes. Yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah,
keep
okay. Mm-hmm.
classes there. And also we have a contemporary dance program that we want to build like a school program, but we still don't have the funding. We have all the papers ready, but we wait for the funding to get in the other step and make it more officially like a contemporary dance program that students can come and study with us. And yeah, this is financially it's a very tricky and difficult to continue working. We are four in the core actually, as I told you, me, my sister Kalina, Dori and Ellie. And yeah, we keep the studio clean. We don't have additional people working for us because we lack finances to pay them. So we clean the studio, we prepare everything, we write the projects, we run the projects, we create the pieces that we perform. And just to mention in brackets that the day after tomorrow we are going to Portugal, where we going to perform in Almada,
Wow,
my
that's a lot.
piece called Loop, and I'm very, very, very excited. So after COVID, very slowly, we are coming back to these international connections, and I'm very happy because this this is what makes us push the things. We see exchange, we see that we are seen around us. It's not only in our bubble here and trying to survive.
No, that's really nice. I'm really happy for you that you get the opportunity, because like working
Thank you.
internationally, of course, is really, really nice if you can go out of your country and share your art with the whole world. So it's really nice.
Yeah.
You need to come to Austria and do that here as well. So I want to see you guys.
We will. We are now very like focused on that to just spread the news about us again. And because before COVID, we traveled a lot. But these 3 years, during and after, like really closed everything.
Yeah,
So I
I
hope
think most dancers experience it like that, because
it
yeah.
was strange. It was crazy.
But it's getting back to normal, and that's great. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so when you build like a new piece, like a project or whatever, so you kind of perform it in a theater, you have like, I don't know, like how long do you perform it for? Half a year, for a year? Is it only like one show? How do you work, in which kind of duration, in what time?
It very depends because until the last year we didn't have a space here in Bulgaria, a place where we can perform contemporary dance pieces. So we had to somehow, when we apply for funding, we put a budget for different halls that we rent, and it's like you don't always take the full funding, so you have money for 1, 2, 3, up to 5 performance of your piece. And sometimes it's also difficult to program, like to be one in a month or one in 2 months. So it was really messy. Now it's also messy, but we have a place called Toplo Centrala in Sofia, which is a place for contemporary art, which means that we have 2 stages there, and also a gallery. And for just 1 year, it's like crazy full. It showed that a lot of people need a place where to perform. So our last two pieces, we had a premiere last December, and we were able to perform them 4 times from December until now, 4 times. It was very difficult to program them, and also to somehow, I don't want to talk about difficulties, but I want to somehow to explain that it's that we have to be very ready all the time and flexible. If they say this date it's free, so you grab it or you lose it. And we managed to perform it 4 times, but because the team is 6 people, and each time we have to gather together and again to remember everything and become team, I decided just to stop it for now, because it's very difficult also for Rebecca to travel each time when this is the date and there is no other choice.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I decided to stop it for a bit, create a portfolio of the piece, and try to sell it like a tour. If we can tour in Europe, it will be great, or we can tour in Bulgaria, like just rehearse and remember the piece, train the piece, and then we like go for
tour. Oh my God, going on tour, that sounds so nice.
Sounds very exciting, and I really want to do it with the girls. It will be like
woo! So nice. That's so nice. Okay, so basically all your work is based on funding, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think there's like a little difference when people from Austria kind of hear it, because like I think, of course, we also have like a contemporary or like a more classic dance scene that is based on funding. You know, it's mainly then all the cultural stuff, all the ballet, contemporary theater thing. But like the world that I come from, if you could say, like my bubble, you know, it's like more like the commercially thingy. So you know, like the commercial stuff is all based on the capitalistic system, you know, so no funding. So that's why I wanted to point it out again, because I think most of our listeners are also like coming from the choreography scene, from the commercial world, and I don't think we have so many listeners from the other world, but we want to change it, of course.
You know, we are trying to open that door really from let's say, maybe we always try to open, to make our work more commercial, not working only with projects, because when we work on a project, we are also able to sell tickets. Like this, the project is supporting the commercial part, and especially the last year, we are very focused on that, to have people in the hall that are paying tickets, so we are able to pay the dancers, and we are able to pay the teachers in the studio. Like we are trying to do it, because we feel that we are going to just stop working if we continue like that, because everybody needs to not just have something to eat, but somehow to establish and to have a normal life. Like now, the last 3 years with COVID and post-COVID, I have 2 kids. like I use the time to create 2 kids with my husband, and I see that we need to establish somehow. We can't just always work on projects and oh, I have something here, I have something that there. We have to be grown-ups, like to think more commercially and try to make money of what we do.
Mm.
So it would be nice to talk with some of your listeners or even friends about this, like how we can do it better, what we can do better to uh, sell our works better.
Mm. I think it's really interesting because I have the feeling, even though it's a connect, like you said, it's like a circle coming around, you know. It's like not only have like the
Yeah.
funding stuff, the cultural stuff, and the commercial scene like apart, but I have the
Yeah.
feeling like in our dance scene, like that's only my perception. Like you can correct me and whoever is hearing this, but I have the feeling most people in the commercially scene don't even know about the cultural side of it. That there is funding, that there are projects like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into that. I need to ask like a basic question because we had it with Rebecca as well, but it was like, generally the term contemporary. How would you describe contemporary, like in your words?
we talk a lot with the girls about that, and we are always after our conversations we are like, can we just call it dance?
Yeah,
It's always
me
like,
too. Yeah.
should we should we just, or when we sell our classes, like contemporary dance class in Bulgarian is called savremenen, which is the the translation is contemporary, and the people are asking, what is contemporary? Is it like Latin dance or hip hop dance, or what do you mean by contemporary? Ah, our perception about and our understanding and feeling about a contemporary is what is this way now to connect with your understanding about movement and dance with the reality that you live in, and how you interact with the environment and the social and political issue. I'm trying to do it in one sentence. Wait, like, and especially to say it in English, which is not very easy, but
Take your
you know,
time.
you have your body, you have your dance, you have your understanding about movement, and you have the environment and the community and society that you live in, how you can connect both things and interact with it and express yourself and your situation and your culture and understanding in the world through your body today, here and now. So what we do in our classes is always looking for, of course, we give techniques and we explain where these techniques are coming from, and this is like different way of movements, and also different way of how you can protect your body and going quickly down and going up and jumping and spiraling and circling. But it's always using this technique to broaden the range of your movements in a way to express yourself here and now. So this is somehow for us contemporary dance and our research in contemporary dance.
Okay, I love
Do
how you
you
said
get what I mean?
I totally get what you mean because I had the conversation with a lot of people already, you know. I did some years contemporary, like it was a mixture of contemporary, modern, and jazz, you know. And I was always talking with my teacher, like, can we define like difference between contemporary, modern, and jazz? And she was like, just leave it, just
Yeah,
it's just dance. Don't think about it. Like I think I understand it now, you know, which comes
yeah,
from and whatever. But if you like hear this terms in the beginning and you hear all of them at once, it's like you need to learn to see to feel the difference or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So it's
yeah.
kind of a little confusing. So it's interesting because Rebecca was also like let's just call it dance, I think you should not put it in a box, but contemporary especially, I feel like it's like everybody is like, oh, contemporary is everything and nothing at the same time. It's like, I don't know.
But it's also a lot of it's everything so connected, like you do dance, you just move and you do something, and then somebody else take it and do something else, and then another one is coming and see it, and in it's his perspective, and everything is really mixed and connected for me. Now because I'm a PhD. Yeah.
Or you shouldn't, let's say it like that. You can maybe, but you should not differentiate.
You shouldn't.
It all comes together, kind of.
Yeah. I'm now a PhD student in our academy, and I'm teaching movement classes for actors. And my PhD dissertation is on contemporary concepts of movement training for the actors. And it's very interesting because in our academy, we split a lot. I don't, but I observe that all the teachers there split the theater from dance. They're very separate things. But when I dig in the history and read about movement and how movement go in the theater, I see how this is like a DNA, it's like the people who did dance and the people who did theater, they were friends. Some of them, they did work together. So it's like so much connected. You can't say this is this and this is this, and movement for actors is one thing. Dance and choreography is another thing. You can't say it like that for me. You can't really separate.
Yeah, I think it's like you should not separate it. Like, it doesn't matter which dance form or which dance style. It's like, let's just call it dance. Like, of course, cultural appropriation is really important. Don't get me wrong, getting the history and everything, it's important. But at the end of the day, let's just call it dance. But I think like
that sounds like a motto. Let's just call it dance.
Let's just call it dance. I think like in Austria, our situation with contemporary, like my perception again,
Yeah.
I think we have like two different kinds. It's also what I talked about with Rebecca, because I also did or do contemporary, but my contemporary is different than Rebecca's contemporary, It's kind of like, I don't know, because I come out of a more commercially world, so I have more like a commercially contemporary thingy, like a more performing contemporary. It's kind of hard to explain, but I have the feeling like Rebecca's contemporary is more artsy. It's the wrong way, because everything is art, but her contemporary is more I have the feeling like the contemporary that I'm used to is
like, so you think you can dance contemporary, kind of?
Me?
Yeah, do you know this it's a TV show, So You Think You Can Dance?
Yeah,
really
like the show, the performance aspect,
yeah, it's also creative and beautiful,
right.
So
right, yeah, totally. It's hard to explain, because I think like the contemporary Rebecca is coming from is more not like the commercially thing you see everywhere, but the more finding that there's a word. What is the word? I don't even know it in German right now. Give me a second. What was it? Like a more abstract way.
Yeah.
And not for the commercial eye.
Yeah.
And I think that's like two different things, kind of a little bit.
And also like not really recognized movements. Like there is this dance movements that you see and you can like recognize them more. And what Rebecca also is doing is really searching for more different perspective and how to see, from where to see the movement, the same movement, but maybe from here or from there.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like a new way of approaching things, and not just staying in the like a shoulder roll, the basic shoulder roll that we all do,
Yeah.
But like that's what I mean. And I think like yeah, that's like the it's a different approach to it,
Yeah.
kind of. Okay, that was so hard to explain, but I hope you all get what I meant. um, there was also a topic you wanted to talk about that I remember. It's about like generally the position of women in your dance scene in Bulgaria in specific,
Yeah.
and how everything is like, how the situation is. So, do you want to educate us a little bit about that? So, what do you mean? What do you mean when it comes to that?
I don't know if I can talk like, this is my perspective. It's always
Of
everything in
course,
my
yeah.
opinion and my feeling and my perspective. I
Mm-hmm.
see that in, let's say, Atom Choreographic Series 7, it's just finished a week ago. And there were only women dancers and only women choreographers. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say the choreographers we choose were only women, but all the dancers that apply to be part of it were women. So we were a team of maybe 30 women who for 2 weeks dance and enjoy and create together a lot. Also, when you see the classes in the academy, when you see the classes in the high school of dance, you see that most, like 95%, let's say, are women. It's like this art here in our действителност, in our reality is for women, made from women as well, from for women. And sometimes when I see that the funding goes not really in the companies that are women, but a lot of like men-run organizations, I'm a bit frustrated. This is in our reality.
Okay.
So, but anyway, we managed to do whatever we do, and I really enjoy this. It's like I will find the word, because in Bulgarian the word is sazidatelен, someone who is like building, more creating, not destructing, more the energy is really always really communal. I see in my perspective that women do the things for community more than the men.
Okay.
I don't want to separate the genders like that, but after
Yeah,
I
no.
watch Barbie, I can say that.
I love the reason for that. It's all the new movie's fault.
Like there is something in us that makes us like, we really supported each other and support the people in dance and always involving people. This is what I really feel from inside. It's something like an instinct, like
Like a more caring, nurturing instinct than.
yes, and I really really feel it and see it in the others, and I don't see it in men in dance in our reality, which I don't know what. It's just an observation. And yeah, when we have this funding and everybody is fighting for funding, sometimes I'm really surprised how a lot of percentage of the money for culture goes in associations that are run by men, and I don't understand it.
I don't know if you can compare it like that, because of course I also only know our reality, or what I have seen.
Yeah.
But I had a talk with I like in this moment I can't remember who it was, but I also think it was somebody from the podcast, to be honest. Like it's kind of crazy. We also have like 80-90% of the dancing is women, the dancers per se. But the people who are in a position of, I don't want to say in position of power, but people who kind of.
Oh, yes. Position of
Yeah.
power. Very correctly said here as well. Yeah.
Okay, let's take it like that. Are still men, and I don't get like how this could happen. Like, like it's there's
Yeah.
so much for women, but why is there still like in 90% of the, I don't want to say the important position, but the power positions is still men.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, especially I think when it comes to jobs, when it comes to the organizational, things, and like dance classes and whatever, no, like that's like 80% women. But when it comes to the working world, I think it's still also like producers and everything, and like generally I think like the artsy scene, like I don't in jobs like when you have like video shootings or whatever, or music producers, let's not only talk about dance, like it's still like mostly mainly men, you know but like the people that I was working with are still like women, but there's somebody above them who is a man. Like it's, I don't know, it's kind of weird sometimes, and I don't quite get it
Yeah.
how it ends up like that, because there's so much more women, but they're
Yeah.
like the five guys that are here, they get the position at the end. Like I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it as well, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Starting
like,
to see it
yeah.
a lot.
I mean, it's like fine. It's not like I'm saying it should only be women, but it should be like a more equal thingy,
More equal, yeah.
more equal. It's not like about the fact that it's men. That's like not the problem. It's like it's not that the proportion is not right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So basically, but it's like when it comes to the funding, it's like they get more money out of it, like because of they have the organizations, or how is that? Because you also have like Atom Theater, and you also get the funding, right? But they get it differently, or
Yeah. They always get more money.
okay.
They also have 2 or 3 organizations that apply with, and they get the
Oh,
money
so it's
with the
like
2, 3 organizations, and yeah.
so it's like working your way around it smart,
And
and
we
nobody
work,
recognizes the person. Mhm.
and everybody knows.
Okay.
It's not so hidden.
Yeah.
This is
Mhm.
like um how to say, and you see, when you see the numbers after that and the interest in their work is not that much. It's like not so well working with them, but they got the money. I don't know how. Like we
Mhm.
have a lot of um, very good reputation, and people really like our work. Our, let's
Mhm.
say, hosts are quite good with the audience when we have a show or event. And if you see the numbers like that and you're an institution, you would say, these people doing well, we need to support them.
Mhm.
But it's the opposite way. For example, this year we didn't get any funding except one, which is very important, and I'm very grateful to the National Culture Fund that they gave us money to go to Portugal. Like
Mhm.
they gave us a mobility grant to buy tickets, so we are able to travel. It's not like really nothing, but
Mhm.
yeah, when we talk about strategic um, finances and which organization you need to support in order to develop contemporary dance,
Mhm.
uh, they don't see us as one, which
Okay.
is strange
Yeah.
for us and also for our community.
Mhm. It is.
Anyway, we try to survive in another way and see the
Yeah.
things more commercially, which
Mhm.
is better because brings more people to contemporary dance, makes the
Need to
dance.
find your way.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So you talked about like before, that it's kind of like people reacting not like in a weird way, but they don't often know how to react to contemporary dance and everything. Like, how's the reaction from people now? Like when you, I don't know, put a piece on a stage or whatever, how do people react?
I could say that our last two premieres were very successful, and I'm very excited about that because before, a couple of years ago, we were always dreaming about the opportunity to have a studio and dancers which are going to train every day. So we will get their bodies and condition better and in a better quality. And we never had the chance and the funding to do it, because when you work with dancers from morning to the afternoon, you need to pay to them. And while we had this funding for 1 year, we had the opportunity to pay to dancers to be part of the company and train every day. And the results were like an amazing. We really proved to ourselves and to our audience, and also to the institution of National Culture Fund that supports us, that this is working. This how to say, this approach is working, because you give time and space to people that they study for that and they're good in that and it's their passion. You just build the environment for that, and it's blooming. It's amazing. The results are really amazing. And our two pieces, I'm really happy with them, because we had the dancers trained and ready to do something more from their to take something more from their bodies and creativity. And also we had a longer process of creation. We had time to think and experiment and choose the best pieces, connecting them together, and doing the full piece. So they were successful. But the thing is that contemporary dancing is really, really broad. It's really open. So when someone goes to a performance, to watch a performance, not a dance performance or show, just a performance, something more experimental, more fringe, and this is the thing they see for first time, like friends said, oh, come on, this is a contemporary dance piece or contemporary piece, let's go and see it, and it's like, what the fuck is that? I'm sorry for the language.
Fine, it's fine.
And then these guys like, I don't want to watch this anymore, or goes to our piece, which is more movement, more sensational, and really digging in some topics that are like more dark in your body and brain, and you start to think, sometimes even cry, and you're like, oh, I like contemporary dance, I want to see something else, and you go and see something totally different, and you're like, I don't understand what is what I
that?
yeah, how can I follow the program of contemporary dance and like it? So it's like the people are starting to understand that they have to be more curious, less judgy, and more like me as a PhD student, more researchers. The audience should be like explorers or discoverers, to just go with no expectation, watch and see if I like it or not. And if they can watch more things, they can somehow put them together and reflect on them, or discuss what for me is good or no. But that means that the audience have to be educated in a way. We had to have more discussion events and more opportunity to talk with the audience, not just to access them to the room and then say goodbye and never met. never meet.
Or like a podcast or something, you know? No.
Yeah, that's great.
No. But it's like that's exactly like
Cool.
I think that's because people are used to the commercially thing they see, you know,
Yeah.
like on social media, on TV, because there you see the commercially stuff. And then when you go to contemporary and see like a piece that is like more abstract, then they're surprised. And that's exactly what I meant before, you know, like
Yeah.
because people
Yeah.
are used to the commercially thingy.
But
Yeah.
sometimes they go to a performance that people get naked and they show their butt and they just shaking it, and this is for 40 minutes and the audience is like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Like it's abstract, but it's also really provocative, and they don't understand it
Yeah,
at all.
that's so funny that you say that because a friend of mine, she's not a dancer actually, like a little bit in her heart, but like not a dancer like we are, you know, like she also dances in the club, but like not like that. And she told me, I don't know, she went to an event in Vienna. I don't know if you know Impulse Tanz.
Who?
Impulse
Impulse
Tanz. It's
dance.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Impulse
yeah, of
Tanz.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the big Vienna International
Yeah,
Dance
yeah, 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 yeah.
Festival. Yeah, and they had like I don't know if it was this year or last year a performance where a lot of people were like dancing naked, you know. And I
Yeah.
think she went there with her parents. she she came to me afterwards and she was like, Lisa, it was nice, it was really interesting. A lot of naked people, like I don't know, but it was that was so fun because when you told like that some minutes ago, I was like, oh yeah, I know that as well from Austria.
Yeah.
So
It
people
should be
really are like, it's nice, but I did not expect that. So it's funny.
it should be contemporary dance. Don't bring your parents. Just go alone. When you go to watch, just go alone. Because I also had this experience. It was like Sofia Dance Week back then. Now it's called One Dance Week, and it's happened in Plovdiv. But they had a video projections of different dance movies, and I was like, "Oh, there is this movie." I don't remember the name now, but I was very excited after that. I really enjoyed it, but I brought my little sister back then and my mother to watch it, and it was like three women maybe, and they were with their clothes, and during the performance, which was like filmed performance, and the audience also participating, and like uh, observers, they watched the thing, they take off all of their clothes. They hit each other a lot. It was about a really aggression in and to see this aggression really to make this aggression visible on the body, so all the bodies were in the end like red of hitting and shaking and everything. And I saw my sister and my mother, they were like, are
That's
you
what you do with
really
your life? Okay.
yeah. Is this what you're working? Oh,
That's so interesting. I love that.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to one of the last topics we kind of, oh, one of the topics that I still remember because it was a long time ago we talked about that. But so, how is it? Do you have two children now? How is it being a
Yes.
dancer, having two children now? Like, for me, I still have a lot of time before I want to get children, you know. But I'm like, I need to like stop for a year if you're pregnant with dancing or something. I know most people dance pregnant or whatever. Like, how was it for you? How much was it of a break, first of all? And how is it coming back to it? How is it different? Like, tell me.
It's actually very long topic that needs another podcast. But
Okay,
it's a
okay, okay,
curious
okay.
topic. It's actually very, very curious topic because I'm interested a lot in how women dancers and choreographers are managing with their kids. This year on the choreographic series, one of the choreographer from Israel, Noah Shiloh, she came with her son, who is 3 years old, almost like my son. And that was the first time that she's traveling with her son and trying to work, so she had to bring with herself colleague dancer that helped her with caring the child. And it's very interesting. You don't have to stop and not doing anything else. While you're pregnant, if everything goes okay, you can still do some exercises and classes, and maybe the last 2 months you need to stop. You can't really do things that you used to do. Especially I do a lot of floor work and release. You can't just put your belly on the ground.
Yeah.
So you have to stop doing it. Um, it's very exciting to be a mother, to be pregnant, and it's very strange and interesting to connect it with what you do and with your art, because once you become a mother, you see that you are eager to continue with your work and your mind is there, and you watch everything in Facebook, or you could continue collaborating with your colleagues in a way, on the phone, on the in Zoom, or you go to the classes and you really want to be there, but in the same time you really want to be with your child, and you see that it's not so easy to separate them. I take my son and even now my daughter on the classes. We pack everything and go together, and I leave them the space to do whatever they want, but they need their time with their mother. And sometimes I feel frustrated when I work in there and try to take my attention, and I feel frustrated about that, and then I feel guilt because I don't have to be frustrated to them while I'm working. So it's really strange and crazy. I really want to continue working, and actually I didn't stop. I'm a PhD student. I give classes in the academy. I give classes in the Atom Theater. I have the support of the girls, and we collaborate in order Atom to continue working in the way that it should. But in the same time, I feel that I need my time as mother, and I really want to separate and even quit and stop thinking about this passion and this work, and have time with my children, like this healthy time with them. Not just I'm with you, just stay there. I'm going to do some emails. So I think this is also somehow uh, it's it's sometimes frustrating how to connect the things, and your nervous system is getting crazy. And probably while I'm talking with you now, I'm also curious to know more about mothers who are in dance and choreography. For example, now I'm organizing with my academy Erasmus traveling, so I had to go to some academies abroad, and also going to teach in Slovenia in December. And I'm going to take my kids with me, and I'm going to take my mother as a babysitter, and we're gonna travel like a crazy full car or in the airplane. We will go together, and I'm going to work and be with them in the same time. But who knows? I want to do whatever I want to do. I want to do my art. I want to continue working, not stopping, but in the same time to be with my kids, and also give them the chance to explore different than my work. Just go and play, or you meet people and they're, oh, these are the next dancers in Atom, or these are the next generation of choreographers, which is like, I don't want to do that. I want to give them space to decide what to do.
No, I also think that's like the better way than putting pressure on them, because if they want to dance, they gotta dance, anyway.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I'm pretty sure they're going to dance because you're probably dancing at home as well, it's not like something you just
A
put
lot.
aside.
They're a
So
great teacher to me. Actually,
yeah.
the dancer and choreographer, to have kids to observe at home, babies growing to kids, it's like crazy to see how the body is developing and how we start to move. It's this amazing technique. There is this Berteniev, Laban Berteniev technique. Probably you know it, Laban Berteniev fundamentals, which is based on how we can go back, how can we remember, how can we start building our bodies like the baby did. And now I read the book because of my PhD research, but in the same time I have the babies at home and I can see it, and it's great. They're
I
great
think
teachers.
it's really interesting because, you know, like we know we have like a certain picture of how we want to move based on what we see online, what we see in TV, what we see, like, you know,
Yeah.
everything we kind of, you know, all the input we get from everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think it's not everything is like consciously, you know, but yeah, and when you have like a baby and you can watch like a little human dancing, they haven't seen all of that yet.
Da.
So they
Yeah.
just do it out of their instincts, and watching somebody dance who just does it out of their instincts is so interesting because you know all of these videos where like little babies bounce to the music. That's so
Yeah.
cute. And I love
It's
it. They just
amazing.
do it. They just do it, but they have no idea what a bounce is, you know?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Okay, so maybe we do another episode based on that topic.
Yes, please. I'm very curious to hear more
Yeah.
from different
Like,
artists.
yeah, that would be so nice. Like having not only you, but like another person, because I can't talk out of experience because I'm like, you know, I don't have time. I still have a lot of time. But that would be really
Yeah.
interesting because for me, it's also like I want to dance for a long time, you know? And I would
Yeah.
love to do it like as a professional, but like, of course, like the thought of you're not getting, if you're pregnant as a dancer, you're not getting paid while you're like, you know, taking the break you need to take
Yeah.
compared to other jobs and everything. So it would be really, really interesting to have that talk to get more insight into that topic. Yeah, I would love that. Maybe we can organize something. So
Cool.
let's so at the end of the episode now, I would love to ask you like, is there something, doesn't matter what, that you want to share at the end that you kind of want to say to our listeners, some advice, I don't know, something you want to scream into the world, could be something you would have liked to known earlier, or I don't know, just something you want to say and end the episode with.
Oh. Oh. I would say just follow your instincts and don't be afraid of um how to say, don't be afraid of the good news and the success. um
I love
i will
that.
put I will put it in a very short way. What I realized last year and talking with the girls, I see that I got really stressed, not when I have like wrong bad result of funding or bad result from a festival. It's like something that I used to. Sorry, but yeah, you know, you apply for many things and not everything the news is good. But I got really um anxious and really stressed and really not confident when I got a good result, when someone believed in me, and when the success is like in front of me and it's just one step to grab it. It's like I start to sabotage myself in a very strange unconscious way. So in this context, I'm telling, don't be afraid of, follow your instinct and um, had good news and success.
I love to hear that. That's really nicely put. Because I have the feeling a lot
Thanks.
of people feel that way. That's like, why is it me? How do I deserve it? There are so much people who are better than me, or whatever, you know? So
Exactly. It's so strange. You believe in yourself. In the moment that something happens, you're just crushed. Really? I'm
yeah,
not
really, why
ready.
is it me? Yeah, I know that as well. So that's really nice as a ending quote. So we're gonna have all your Instagram, whatever, in our biography. So everybody who is interested in you now, and I hope that's everybody who listens to this episode, they can find you. Is there like any website or anything, or should we just like put Atom Theater, your Instagram?
We have this website, atomtheater.info.
Mm-hmm.
We have everything there, so an Instagram will be great.
Yeah, so we're gonna put the website and the Instagram down below now. You can watch this episode on YouTube as well if you haven't yet, or listen to it on all of your favorite podcast platforms, of course. So thank you, Stefaniya. We're really, really happy you made the time. We finally found the time to do this. I love to talk to you.
Me too. Thank you.
And I hope we see
much.
each other soon again. And yeah, guys, you know where and how to find us. We love to get like any support we can get. You can give us a 5-star recommendation everywhere you could, everywhere you can. So yeah, thank you for everything, and we see each other in 2 weeks again for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.